It's Travel Michigan. I'm Dave Lorenz along with Michelle Benash. And Michelle, we are going to learn about the D.
We are. We're talking with Mike O'Callahan, Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer for the Detroit Metro Convention and Visitors Bureau. And Mike, to start out with, you guys just launched a fabulous new website.
We did, and websites are one of those things you have to keep current, and we have done just that. We started last fall and created a new website for the meeting planners, and that's meetdetroit.com. And then we wanted to complement the website that we had in existence. We worked with the same agency that Travel Michigan does because that program, the Pure Michigan campaign, has been so successful. And we rebuilt our website, and we launched it just a couple of weeks ago. And our hope is that at this point, it's pretty much all-inclusive for visitors coming to metropolitan Detroit. It will give them answers and directions and maps and hopefully pretty much everything they need to plan a great trip.
Yeah, I bet. And you know, I'm sure most of our listeners are interested in learning about, leisure travel opportunities in the area. And so having this new website around is going to be great. But let's just for, a brief moment, talk about the meetings professionals as well, because people might be surprised to learn that there are a lot of meetings and conferences and conventions that are looking for a place like Detroit. And so you provided a lot of information at, people's fingertips. Well,
Metropolitan Detroit currently has well over 42,000 hotel rooms, which means that this region's got about 40% of the total number of hotel rooms in the state. And with that in mind, and the large dynamic downtown that Detroit is, it becomes attractive for meeting planners to bring major conventions and trade shows. Some automotive related, but most not, to Cobo Center. And Dave, as you know, right now there is a $300 million renovation taking place at Cobo, and that's going to make that center one of the finest in the country. It's already one of the top 20 in size in the United States. So we have a need to invite meeting planners to bring their major conventions and small meetings to metropolitan Detroit, to either Cobo or the Suburban Showplace, and have their meetings here. And when that happens, with about 6,000 hotel rooms in downtown Detroit, we're well suited to accommodate those groups, and they have successful meetings here. In fact, we'll have a convention here in 2020. It's Alcoholics Anonymous. That group meets every 4 years, and there'll be 40,000 people coming to metropolitan Detroit. And, most of the activity starts at Cobo Center, but then overflows into the hotel. So the convention business for southeastern Michigan, as Grand Rapids also, and Lansing, is really, really important for the success and the health of our area.
I think so. I think people have, these meeting planners have discovered Michigan and, as you mentioned, some of our great venues. So, good for you guys. Now, let's talk about the leisure business. For most of us, we're looking for places to go. And surprisingly enough to me, a lot of people in Michigan don't understand that the Detroit suburban area, not just downtown Detroit, but the entire area that the Detroit Metro Convention Visitors Bureau serves, it's the most popular place for people to travel to for leisure.
Well, and the leisure part of what we do is most important. Most of the visitors who come to metropolitan Detroit come here for leisure reasons. And to put that in perspective, about 65% of the total visitors who come to the state of Michigan come to southeastern Michigan.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, you think about, for example, the Detroit Tigers. Detroit as a region hosts 4 major sporting teams, and we're one of the very few communities in the United States that has representation from Major League Baseball, the NFL, the National Basketball Association, and of course the National Hockey League. But the Detroit Tigers alone this summer will anticipate drawing about 3 million people to Comerica Park to come down and see stars such as Justin Verlander and Prince Fielder, Miguel Cabrera, and the bunch as they charge toward hopefully an American League pennant.
Yeah, let's hope so.
So that alone is a big number of visitors coming to our destination.
Well, and the downtown area, just as a visitor who is here a lot in the Detroit area and loves it, I don't think there's anywhere else that I've felt more comfortable when it comes to a big city than coming to the downtown Detroit area, in that Greektown area, going to a game, maybe just walking the restaurants and heading to the pubs and such. That whole area is really, it's a phenomenal experience.
Well, and downtown Detroit in particular, that area from the riverfront up to the New Center and around the freeway system here, is an extremely walkable area. It's a very safe area. People are friendly. Detroit itself was recognized not too long ago as one of the most bicycle rider-friendly areas in the United States. And you take that along the riverfront, and you can ride bicycles or walk the riverfront all the way down to the Belle Isle Bridge. You can walk up the DeQuinder Cut up to the Eastern Market. So you're absolutely right. As an urban area, getting around Detroit is very easy, and it's very safe, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, let's talk about the website. You've made so many changes to make it easier for people to access information, to do some of the things you just mentioned. It's on visitdetroit.com. And what have you done to make it look different, make it work different?
One of the things that we really wanted to do was to make sure that it was very bright, pleasant to look at. Oftentimes, websites can be a little bit dark. We didn't want that. So as you go to our leisure site to visitdetroit.com, the first thing that pops up is a young man with his Detroit Tigers sunglasses on, and it's obviously taken outside Comerica Park. That picture is taken outside Comerica Park, and there's a reason for that, of course, and it's summertime, and we want to keep it as current as we can. But then we get into some of the other things that are happening through the summer, the Woodward Dream Cruise, etc. But we have editors' picks at the bottom for people who are kind of curious about what's something that they can look forward to doing when they get here. And then we explore some of the food and beverage assets of the region. In this particular case, we've got the Crave Lounge. One of our hotels is featured there, the Best Western Sterling Inn. They have a water park that's been extremely successful in a lazy river. We also highlight the Titanic artifact exhibition that's taking place at the Henry Ford. I spoke a little while ago about riding around on bicycles. So there's a section there that is called Tour Detroit, capital D/Troit, the bicycle opportunities, renting bikes, etc. But the intent, again, is to demonstrate the upcoming events that are taking place in Detroit and really give people a reason to come here, or in the cases of people who already have that in their plans because they're visiting friends or family, or they just want to get into, the big city, things to look forward to and be able to select given weeks or weekends to come to the area.
Well, Mike, I have so often told my friends and colleagues and visitors that as somebody who did not grow up in Southeast Michigan and actually grew up on the completely other side of the state, Detroit wasn't, originally kind of like my first place to think about when I thought about traveling for a big city experience. But I have come full circle. I think that Detroit offers a fantastic experience to visitors. I love Detroit myself and highly recommend it. And now, of course, you made it so easy for people to find information about that visitation experience to the entire Detroit metro area. So thank you and your staff for doing that. I want to thank Mike O'Callahan, Executive Vice President, Chief Operating Officer of the Detroit Metro CVB, for joining us here today. Want more information? Just go to visitdetroit.com. That's all the time we have for the program today. Thank you to Mark Blackwell for engineering today. Also to Michelle Banache, myself, Dave Lorenz. Thank you for joining us on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at michigan.org.